Hi everybody, welcome back to My Mini Homestead, and it's been a while since I've done a video. I actually did a video, but was so busy I never got it edited. And unfortunately we had a family emergency and I had to head to the States for, well, by the time I left here and by the time I got home, it was like a week and a half. And so things sort of slowed down for a minute and then I got back and had to get to it. But I thought I need to give you a look at what's going on in the garden, and there's a lot happening. And a lot is going to be happening over the next 3 weeks. So let's get on with the tour of My Mini Homestead. Okay, so we're starting at the front gate. Going into the backyard, and as you can see, it is all gravel. Missy, no coming out. Missy, back in the yard. Go, go. You can't come out. So the landscapers, this is the restoration from what happened last summer with the flood, etc. And so they came in and they scraped all of the grass out, and they also dug down at the end of the greenhouse there where dirt had got in. Now I've got thistles growing like crazy, and then leveled off this bit. So this is what our backyard's been like for the last 3 weeks, and they're coming on Monday to start working on it. Turf is supposed to go down, and then landscaping fabric and gravel all down in here. What I'm doing is the white PVC here. This is for my drip lines. So I put this together, I guess a week and a half ago. It'll go down from the tap. I'm going to put a stake in there, screw them to the stake. They actually dug a trench, but it's kind of in the wrong place. They saw the drip line going that way and thought that's where we're going to, but I need it right from there. And so I'll have 2 of them. So one of those lines is going to be just for the greenhouse. And then another line will be for these 2 beds and any pots I have down along here, as well as, let me go down there and show you, because I've got a couple of beds down here. And actually I have 4 beds. So they will give water to these 4 beds, as well as I plan on having a couple big planters down here. I think I'm going to build another planter to go up on top of the cement block. Right now I've just sort of gotten things out of the way. The same thing here. I'm using 2 of my compost bins just to store everything. And then what Mom and I started working on is right here. We got the sort of leveled it out, put the fabric down. They'll put gravel in here. And then we're going to build a lean-to. And this will be to put all the pots and everything else that right now is in my greenhouse. So right here, let's see, right here will be a gate, and then we'll put shelving in there, and that will take care of a lot of the stuff. And then Missy got out because when they leveled out here, this got dug down and she got out, and the city stopped by the guys and said, "Are you missing a little brown and white dog?" And everybody was trying to catch her, so that was great. So what I'm doing right now is had mulch along here that also has clay in it, and so I'm cleaning that all up. That I'm throwing, it's all breaking down, so I'm throwing it in the compost bins. And so as you can see, I have little piles all along here, so all of those I need to clean up today, because this will become all gravel. I'm going to put down some of the fabric here that has maybe I'll put a green stalk there. I might. So I will put down fabric that has the fuzzy stuff on it so the gravel doesn't slide away. But let's take a closer look at the garden. I have peas coming and weeds, but mostly peas. Well, quite a few late weeds. I hate weeds. This is my first bed of peas, and this got planted quite a while ago. And if you know what to do with thistles, let me know, because I am getting really annoyed with thistles. Never had them the first few years. And now they have decided they are coming in strong and hard. Okay, so over here, I've got onions all planted. And I believe these are kale. And then this here, these two rows, like this side and this side, I have beans planted out. I've got a few down here that are coming up. More will come. And then I've got more kale. And then over in this bed, I've got different kinds of cabbages. And over here, we got kohlrabi all the way down, as well as, I believe these are Oregon giant snow peas. And then kohlrabi. And then dill is mixed in with my crocuses. And I didn't get any crocuses this year because they started to bloom in November because it got warm. And then I haven't taken down my cold frame yet, but let me show you the difference. So I've got lettuce in here and I've got broccoli, and the frame has to come down today. But these are the ones that were in the cold frame, and that is the one that was outside the cold frame. Now they were all started at the same time. Now this one down on this end, because I think it's because there was some protection from the cold frame, is bigger, but that just shows you the difference that what a cold frame does. So my plan is next year to have at least 3 more beds done with cold frames. And then under here, I have garlic, big beef, and lettuce growing. And I did not harden anything off because I didn't know when the landscapers were coming back. And so I just put shade cloths over it and everything's doing fine. Oh man, starting to get the leaf miner bugs again. Stupid things. But we've had a few harvests of spinach. And the one thing I know is I got to do it early in the spring and in the fall to miss out on those leaf miner bugs. Now I have planted cucumbers along here, the seeds. I'll wait and see if they come up. If not, I'll start them inside and then get them out. And then this side, I've got red pearl tomatoes to plant out. And then the ones in the pots, those are Quaker grass. So I'm keeping a bunch of those and I'm going to sell a bunch of them, as well as I got bunny tails growing. And then over here is my beets and garlic. And in the center are cylindrical beets that are coming. And over here, I just got a few beets that are left over. Again, the leaf miner bugs, got to get in there. Lettuce in here. And then on this side, right here, I have cucumbers planted. And then over here on this side, I have miniature midget cantaloupe planted. I need to get flowers planted out here. There's the Quaker grass. They're really cool. And then I did plant potatoes in here, as well as we have potatoes coming up because of all the compost I put in there. All right, and let's go up here. Just last week, I planted this bed in peas, so we're hoping they're gonna come up. We had to wait to top it up before we could actually plant it. And then over here in this bed, I have 6 different varieties of potatoes. So we're gonna wait and see. So let's see, what do I got? I have no idea how to even pronounce that. There we go, that one there. It's a Dutch potato as far as I know. Then we have a Jennifer, a Warba, a Yukon Golds, another one that's Christine, I can pronounce that. And another Dutch one. I have no idea how to pronounce it. So I have 6 different sections in here and we'll wait and see what they're like. Okay, so we're gonna head up here to the upper garden, which I need to do lots and lots of work on because first off, it's about half the size it was. And we need to replace boards on the deck here. So that'll be my next big job. And then up here, I have 40 Bellatrix tomato plants planted, as well as I obviously missed a garlic head last year, so we're gonna let that go. This was all weeds up there, got that all pulled out, but now I've got these growing in here, and I'm pretty sure when they seeded all of that came in. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plant a row of carrots all the way down in between the tomato plants. And up here under the shade cloth, I have my Bells of Ireland planted. This bed, I have it in position now. I just need to fill it up. And then I've got a few bells of Ireland planted here. And then we have all of our Haskaps coming. So, I mean, this one's really loaded. So that's looking good. Let's just head up the hill. So it looks really different up here. The landscapers that are going to be doing the jobs down here, they brought all the blueberries up here and I just put them into 2 rows. I need to do some leveling with them, but that'll be when I get up here. We've just picked a lot of the rhubarb, most of the rhubarb. So the rhubarb plants are looking really sad. And this first one here, anyhow, I'm going to dig that up. It's more of a green rhubarb, so we're going to get rid of that one. And then I have all the 4x6s that I'm going to use to trellis all of this. And I'm hoping to put, when we're going to take the decking boards, put them along the fence. Got an ambulance coming. So my plan is to put just a 6-inch bed all along here, and that'll be for growing flowers all along the fence. And then I got to get all the wood out of here so that I can get some corn going. We weren't going to bother this year, but I'm like, I just got to move the wood and then I can do that. So that's what the garden's looking like right now. So we have had an exceptionally warm winter. We only had 2.5 inches of snow this year. So really, that's nothing compared to what we've had here in the last 5-6 years. And it's been really warm too. I think in February we got down to -16 for like a week. Otherwise, we've had exceptionally warm weather. I mean, I always start my garden early, but this year I even got tomatoes out early. I mean, and I think the garden's looking great for this time of the year, because what are we? It's Mother's Day today. So I think it is, I don't know. It's either the 15th or 16th of May. We're sort of midway, so maybe not even that far. No, I don't think we're that far. Hang on. So I just checked. It's actually the 10th of May. And we've been eating lettuce and spinach. And there's something else we've been eating out of the garden. I can't remember what it is right now. But the broccoli is already starting to form little heads on it. I got to get more broccoli going so that I can, when the peas come out, I'll be putting broccoli into those beds and some more cauliflower, etc. And I'm just going to try to do some more succession planting. As you know, last year was crazy. And if you don't know what happened, I'm gonna, up here in the corner, I will add a video link so it can take you back to the very first one that I have with that happened here. And I think it's really interesting. So take a look at it and see what happened. Now, they tell me all of this will be done by the end of May. And I will be extremely happy because as soon as the gravel is in, I can start working on the lean-to behind the potting shed, like I said. And it will be so nice to have grass in here. The dogs are just filthy dirty right now. And to have it all gravel down below. And once that lean-to is completed behind the potting shed, then everything will be done in the lower garden. So as all of you know, the cost of food has just gotten ridiculous. So our plan is to preserve as much food as we can this year. We'll be canning and freezing and freeze drying and doing all of those things to get us through the next year. And truthfully, when you grow it in the garden, it is so much better than what you get at stores. So I am going to say goodbye for now from My Mini Homestead. And if you found it interesting, give it a thumbs up. Let me know where you're watching from. And I promise I'm going to be better with videos from now on. It's just been, the craziness from last year has continued. And so, but I still have the whole cut flower garden to get started. I've got dahlias started in my potting shed. So I need to get their holes in the cut. Well, first I gotta pick the weeds. So my next video will probably be what the cut flower garden's looking like now. I need to get it into a full-blown garden this year. So I need to burn holes into the fabric, get drip lines set up there, all of that kind of fun stuff. So I have lots more to do. And then I have to get up to the upper garden and start getting that one done. But this year, plan on taking some time and going and having some fun and just doing some of those things that people come to the Okanagan to do for vacation. And of course, we got family coming to visit everything. So again, goodbye for now from My Mini Homestead.